Hello there. This is Kim Claver, and today I'm going to have a session that really sounds like the title of a movie, Come to Me. Are you ready? This is a 4-step Facebook Come to Me message sequence that I talked about in the Next 100 Clients group. And so many of you wanted it, I thought, oh, I better make a slideshow out of this, and that's what you're getting right now. So it's for people that are sick of messaging people all day and getting no's. And if I can take a moment and explain why you're getting them, you'll see the rationale for finding a different way to do this. And then I'd like to sell you on the path that we're going to take to stop this nonsense of everybody saying no and everybody losing their friends and everybody acting like copy-paste robots and pretty much feeling like and sometimes looking like idiots. All right, here we go. So if you're sick of messaging people all day long and getting no's, and it's clear to you both you and the person you're messaging, that you really are just there because you want to sell them something. And if you know that you have no idea really of what they want as it relates to your product or your program, because you haven't talked to them about it at all, and you know that they're probably going to pass because you've done this 10 times already today and everybody passed or blocked or said didn't respond, right? And you know inside that this is kind of a lame approach and also a little bit lazy. I mean, what is to think when you copy paste a bunch of messages into 200 friends over the next, 5-10 days, right? So if you want to have a way to do this so folks come to you, that's what I have done for many years. And you can actually engineer this. There are many ways to do it. I've done it for almost 30 years. You can do it on the phone. You can do it on online ads. There are all ways you can do this. But it's very tricky to do this with messaging because you're coming on to them. Nobody asked you to come to them and pitch you today, It's like, hey, I'm here today waiting to be pitched. That's not how it is. So you have to be, it's a little bit tricky to do this. So what you need to be willing to do is to agree that you will think and test a few things and not just be a copy-pasting machine. I'm going to give you copy, which will be something that if you copy-paste it will probably work. But if you add you to it without adding any hype or technobabble or things like that, the chances are that you will learn how to engage exactly the person that you want in your business. And that's always been my goal, to have fewer people to talk to, say 10 people and sign up 8, instead of having to chase down 100 and sign up 8 or 2 or 1, okay? So that's what we're doing. This is going to require that you think a little bit and not to believe that just by being a copy-pasting machine, you're going to build some kind of business that will sustain you and your family for years to come, because it isn't going to happen, okay? So here's the lame approach one lady told me. She said, my current online messaging strategy, I'm learning from somebody how to do this, she said, is, oh, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, and how is your family, and how's the virus, and that kind of stuff, how's the weather? And it ends with, I'm doing a business from home now. Are you open to looking at my business? That's how it ends. Or it ends with, oh, are you open at looking at my amazing immune product? Or I'm really focused on my home business now. Are you open to looking at it? Okay, these kinds of things. Anything, I'm talking about messaging people that you know, and sometimes people that you don't know, where you reach out and you perform these social niceties, like, how are you? But the only reason you're doing this is to get to, do you want to look at my thing? Will you join? Will you buy? Right? And of course, it's amazing and wonderful. And what happens? The other person says, nah, I don't do those things. Or, nah, I don't really want to hit on my friends. Or some other indication that they're not going to carry on the conversation. Okay? So here's the story. We all know that the real reason that we're saying, hi, how are you? We know what that real reason is. Is it really to find out, hi, how are you? Really, be honest. When you're marketing and you're sending these messages to try to get people to join your business, is that what we really want to know? When you think about this, I know people hit me up every day. Hey, Kim, how are you? It's like, do you really care? What's the bottom line? Go ahead and pitch me your thing. Because since I'm in the marketing business, I like to see what people are pitching, and I don't mind. Pitch me. Give me a one-liner. Tell me why your thing is so hot, just to see what they're doing. But I know that they don't really care how I am. They have to say that to get to what they really want, which is, are you interested in my business? Are you interested in my products? And will you sign up? And all that, okay? So we have another way, which I'm going to show you, that I've used for many, many years. And I thought that a lot of people would be doing this, but I'm surprised to see that I'm still one of the only ones. And I'm delighted to share this with you, because when you get this new perspective and you have this new angle, your whole business life is going to change, no matter what you market. No matter what you market. Okay, so let's get some agreement. Do you agree that we as humans, we buy to get something that we want, right? Let's say that that's the case. And if you agree with that, then how about this? We're looking for a fix of some kind that we want when we want that thing. So we might want to go to the movies because we're bored right now this afternoon. So what do? You look up the matinee schedule and you go. If there's a movie playing. If not, you look at Netflix or YouTube or whatever you've got at home. Or you decide you want to take a walk and you figure, okay, let's see, where could I take a walk that would be pretty nice today? Get your mask on and off you go. When we want it, what we want. That's what we're doing as humans. We do this, okay? So if you agree with this, then you'd have to also ask yourself, do we know what other people want before we ask? And I would venture to guess that most of you agree that we don't know for sure what other people want without asking. We have to ask, right? So this is what we want to do. We want to find out if the other person has a problem that we can help fix. This is the principle. If you buy into this, the rest of my session is going to flow like a hot knife through butter. If not, you're going to have a hard time with this. So let's see where it goes. Before we drop our fix on them, uninvited, what I'm suggesting is that we want to find out if the person has a problem that we can help to fix. Okay? And here's how you do that. If you agree with this, then here's what has to happen next. Here's what you need. You need to know, what do you help people with? Because that's what we're looking for, right? We just said this. So what do you help people with? Do you agree? You need to know this. So what I'd like to do is show you how to figure that out, because it's part of the Come to Me messaging sequence that I'm going to show you here, okay? So here we go. How do you do that? You want to find out if they need your help right now before you hit on them with your thing. We just talked about that. Are we good here? All right, so you need to know who you help. So the first distinction is help versus get. Who do you help versus who do you get? And this is a business philosophy. Many people, I've been in the industry for almost 30 years. All I've ever heard is, did you get someone? I got someone. I need someone. I got to recruit 3 people. I need 4 customers. I don't have anyone. Nobody's in my downline. Nobody's under me. I don't have anyone. I need somebody. I need to get people. But you see, people don't really want to be gotten, particularly these days. They would rather be helped, and when they need it and the way they need it. So you might want to think about saying, okay, so who do I help versus who do I get? Okay, when you're going out for the day, who can you help versus who can you get? As you know, a lot of people drop out. So ask yourself, what is your mission? Do you want to say that I'm somebody who gets people, or I'm somebody who helps people? Now, if you're like me, you kind of think, well, I want to help people do certain things. And so I'd like to show you how to create that help statement, because you need it for the messaging, number one. But secondly, you need it for the rest of your network marketing, the marketing of it. When somebody says, what do? You could use the I help statement. Okay, that's what I use it for a lot, which is, what do you do? So let me show you what the structure is of this help statement, which you need in order to effectively do the messaging that I'm going to show you right here. So here we go. So what do you do? I help blank, do or get blank, without blank, by blank, like I did, or like I used to, or like I do. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through this. No worries. This is just the structure so you can get this down. I help blank, do or get blank, without blank, by blank, like I did, or like I used to. Okay, so this is the template. This is the template, and we're going to show you how to modify this and massage this to make it really cool and sexy. So for example, I help the market, niche, those you help. So you help a certain group of people that are your niche. That's the people who have the problem that you can help with, okay? And you help them get what they want as it relates to the problem they have, without some pain that they think they have to go through, like eating rabbit food or, being at the gym 4 hours a day. by this approach like I did, okay? Or like I used to, or like I do. So let me give you the example to fill in the words for me, for my business. I have quite a few of these statements because while I help network marketers, there are different stages that network marketers are in. And depending on where they are, since I can go from the beginning to people that are making $100,000 a month or so, these statements I can change depending on what the level is of the people that I am helping in my program. Okay? So for example, here we go. Oh, let me mention this. You are selling them on the path that you have to fix the problem. Because once you sell them on the path, then it's a lot easier to have them buy, I'm getting 80%, okay, to buy the program or the product family that allows them to execute on the path that they think can take them there. So for example, if you are in the weight loss business, if you Google weight loss, you will see probably 10 million or maybe 100 million results. And there are many ways to solve the weight loss issue. And many people have tried to lose weight 10, 15 times over their lifetimes. They've done fasting, they do juice fast, they've done appetite suppressants, they've done these operations, they've changed what they eat, they try intermittent fasting or digestive resting. So there are many ways to any end. So what you want to be clear about is what is the path, what's the philosophy of your fix. Because whatever you market, whoever created it has certain belief sets about that this is the way to solve the problem. So you're really offering a bridge. Your program and you are a bridge from somebody to get from a place of, I don't like this, I'm hurting, this is bothering me. They cross the bridge and they get to their nirvana as it relates to their issue. And that's your job, to be that bridge. And there are many bridges, many paths to get there, okay? So just understand this. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. This is for me, one of mine. I help network marketers. Who is that? Network marketers. What do I help them do? Get customers. Also recruits, but for this one, to get customers. And what's the way without having to do something nobody likes, which is chasing and badgering people? By the I help approach, like the way I do, let's just say, okay? And I can fill this in. I help network marketers learn to talk to people without sounding hypey and salesy, with simple, normal scripts, like what I've used all these years to build 6 different companies to the top, usually in 90 days or less, okay? So that's all that structure. So you can do exactly the same thing with yours without doing this yucky thing. And the I help approach is what I'm talking about versus dropping my business on people, whether they asked for it or not, okay? So what's the path you offer? I have a I help approach. What's your approach? Depending on what it is that you're marketing. All right, so let me show you how we are going to do this for the I help sequence, for the come to me help, I help sequence that we're talking about, okay? So are you ready for this? This is assuming now you're going to sit in front of your computer and you have a message window open for somebody who at least knows your name. And I'm going to show you now how you can create the come to me sequence starting there. Okay. By the way, you want to make certain to check your Facebook profile before you do. If your profile is full of company stuff, salesy stuff, product stuff, contests from your company, if it looks like you are clearly a seller, you will have a very hard time with this approach because people don't like network marketing for the most part. They just don't. They don't like the way people act. They don't like the way people are badgered constantly. And so if you present yourself as somebody who does things that most people do not like, they're not going to respond very well. So I suggest that if you use this, clean up your Facebook profile. If you want to know how to do that, ask in the next group. That's one of the first things we teach in the YES program, our major program that shows somebody how to come from a place of having no idea how to market, somebody who wants to make $5,000 or $10,000 a month, who comes from having no idea what to do beyond talk to their 3 friends, and they want to learn how to market and talk to people that they don't know, bring people to them, bring a whole new set of people who might have an interest in what you have. You need to learn how to do this. Once you get past your friends, it's over. So then you have to learn real marketing, like what we all do. It's what we do, okay? So clean up your Facebook profile, because people are going to go look. And if they see, oh God, she's doing one of those things, look at that salesy stuff all over her page, they won't respond, even if they would have otherwise, okay? All right, so you're sitting in front of your computer, picture your Facebook message window, and we're going to do one of the many Come to Me Facebook message sequences. You ready? Here we go. Hey, Lulu, question for you. You wait for the response. If she never responds, you never follow up again. Just wait. This is what I do. Now, if you want to argue and go, well, I will do whatever you want, I'm telling you, this is what we do. And if you have built 6 companies within 90 days to the top of the company over 19 years, if you've done better than that, then do it your way. Well, you wouldn't be here if you did. But if you haven't, shut your brain off that's telling you, oh, I know a better way. If you haven't made any money, or if you haven't made more than 10 grand, a week or a month, because this is how this is done. You have to shut your brain down and say, be open to learning something that might make your results better than they are right now. Brains do that, My brain does it too. All right, so that's the first thing. Hey, Lulu, question for you. Wait for the response. There's nothing else. If she says yes, then your next part is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you here? Okay, and then you see the space there? And what I do is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you here? I hit return so that this line pops into their window. You can see when the messages cross over. Those of you who do messaging, you know this, okay? So the next part is, I've got to do something about my size now, since I've been home eating and sitting for a month. Hit return, have that pop into their window. Then underneath you put 2 lines. 1, the voting is 1. Nah, that's not me. 10, oh my God, yes, that's me. Right? And they're going to vote. That's it. You pop that up. So if you get on this scale of 1 to 10, if the response is anywhere from a 1 to 8, what I do is I say thanks later. That's what I do. Okay? And if the response is 9 or 10, usually I'll just go for the 10s, because even if there's a 9, I really love 10s, because 10s normally are ready to sign up. And if not today, next week, or the month after. 9s is like, well, why aren't you a 10? Well, So I prefer the 10s, but in deference to people who like to think about 9s, there you are, 9 or 10. And then the person's 9 or 10, and I'll say, okay, nice. I asked because I help people who went up a size or 2 slim back down without eating rabbit food, with this crazy new eating program that just came out. It's called the Crazy Eating Program, actually. That's what I did. Anyway, let me know if you want help with that in case. Talk later. Bye. We say bye first. And you sign off. You hit bang. Okay? Now notice, this takes less than 60 seconds. There's no fake caring and how are you and how are the hemorrhoids and the husband and this and that. None of that. There's no wasted pretend relationshiping. You're not doing this for a relationship. You're doing this to see if somebody has a need that you can help with. And this is one way to figure that out in very short order. And you really have just one question in your mind. Is the person that you're talking to a 9 or 10 now with what I can help with? Right? So you're in and out. It's quick and straight. Nobody's mad at you. And, they know what you do and who you help with what. So we cool? All right. That's it. That is the end. So I have a couple things for you. In terms of the summary, I always like to do that. The old teacher. Who do you help? How do you help them? Right? You want to have that. This way, once you know this, you have now a messaging sequence to instantly get curiosity going. And then you let them indicate their level of interest so they vote, not you telling how great you are. No, you just shut up until, ask the questions, let them vote. There's no beating around the bush, none of this stuff that people hate to do. Creating relationships to sell people is the biggest load of bunk I have ever heard. If you think about it, we're not talking about getting 3 customers. You want to get hundreds and hundreds of customers. You want thousands of people in your business that you can help. You can't take the time to care about everybody's husbands and hemorrhoids, believe me. Furthermore, it's not genuine. That's really not why you're making friends. The reason you're making friends and reaching out is to see if there'll be a customer. It's a business reason. There's no reason for them to have to love you and have dinner with you or do any of those things to see if that's going to happen. They say, like, you have to know, like, and trust somebody before they'll buy from you. This is not true. No. The kind of trust is not about are you trustworthy and do I like you as a friend? And what it is instead, from my perspective, and a perspective I would hope you will adopt, is do they trust that you can help them get rid of their problem and that you're the best solution for it right now? That's the trust you need to establish. That's not about trusting you like a dear friend. No. Think about Apple. Did any of you ever meet Steve Jobs when he was around? Probably not. I don't think anybody bought anything because they met him. The trust that he got from people was given to him by us because we saw the quality of his work. That is the caring that came through in the quality of the work. It's not that he cared about each individual one of us. And this is how you need to think. Make yourself so good at the help you give that people know right away, oh, she's like Apple, man. She really is good at her stuff. And then people come trusting that you are able and will help them. You see, that's the trust you want. They like you because you can help them, because you're looking to build your business. You're not helping to move somebody's refrigerator downstairs or the lawn patio furniture next door. That's not what you're doing, unless you want to, right? All right, so depending on their vote, 1 to 10, you take the conversation to the next step of the marketing dance. We have a whole marketing dance we teach in the YES program, and this is one of the first pieces of it that you saw right here, okay? So for those of you who are really into the messaging and you want to see how this works in a little bit more detail, I've got a video. You'll see it there on the right. And the link is messagingsequence.com. So put that into your browser, messagingsequence.com, and it will take you to a YouTube video that I've got. And it will show you step by step how I did this and won a company-wide contest out of 150,000 people. What we did is my business partner and my frontline person in that company, Vic Link, she and I did this together, learning how to do this messaging and learning how to say no first and get the right people to come to us and sign up 8 out of 10 people. That's why we went so fast. That's why we won the company contest. I beat my own sponsor, who's still number one in that company. But this is what you do. You learn how to do this. It's working smarter in the sense that you only talk to people who you're confident want what you have and are willing to pay for it. That's the key, see? So I want to show you how I did that online with messaging about 3 years ago. So if you want to see that, go to messagingsequence.com, 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 just like it sounds. You come to the YouTube video. And if you are interested to see if we can help you, we have a new service that we've just started where we talk to people 10 or 15 minutes to kind of get a state of your business. Where are you? Where do you want to go? Where are you now? What do you bring to the table to help make this happen? And what are you willing to do? How important is it to you that you achieve these goals? Because talk is cheap. We all can talk about the big goals and the big money, but most people never do anything. They procrastinate for whatever reason. So if you're willing to learn how to put yourself off the procrastination mode and get into the massive action mode with methods like this, then go ahead and type in cometomenow.com. And it will take you to a page where you can book a time with one of our folks with our private client group, and we'll have a chat and see if we can help you. And we're very good at saying no first, and we can also recommend you to resources from books to videos to what have you. We can recommend things that cost nothing, like this group, for example, to things that cost upwards of $10,000, depending on, number one, how much of an overhaul you need and how fast you want to go. So it's all really up to where you are, and we'll determine that on the call together. Don't you worry, okay? All right, so are you coming? You want to chat with us? Type in cometomenow.com and book a chat with one of our specialists. All of our team, by the way, are people who are experienced in doing marketing and specifically network marketing. So you're not going to talk to somebody who's completely clueless about the problems that we have in our industry. Our problems are very unique. It's really a weird thing to be in an industry where so many people don't like us or think we're lower end and what have you. And many other industries don't have that problem, but some do. So we're not the only ones. Salespeople are in there, people who do hypnosis. But if you know this going in, you see, then you can play to it and find the people, who want what they want, and they're willing to take this path because they're not going to be doing the things that everybody hates on the industry for, right? There's no nagging or badgering anybody. All right, so this is Kim. This is what I have. Cometomenow.com, and that'll get you the calendar. And I will talk to you soon. You coming?